3, 2, 1.
In our first big project of the year, BINJ turned a pub in Manchester into a newsroom for independent journalists. Smack in the middle of the action, leading up to the First in the Nation primary, we questioned candidates, supporters, and surrogates, and used the feedback that we gathered for an issue-based citizens' agenda that informed our reporting. While up there, we hosted events with Michael Moore, Dead Prez, and Vermin Supreme, bringing even more attention to our efforts. When we returned to Mass after a week of crisscrossing the Granite State, everybody on our team needed a rest. We didn't get one. Instead, the circumstances spurred us to launch the Pandemic Democracy Project, which to date has produced more than 250 articles on the impact of coronavirus on every aspect of life. In one extraordinary highlight, BINJ managing editor Nicole Ashoff led a major research project that examined why nursing homes in the Bay State have failed so profoundly in this crisis. We have been able to continue this work thanks to foundations that have been with us since 2015, as well as new large funders who got behind BINJ for the first time this year. And also, thanks to you, the individual contributors who believe in our mission. And thanks to the Solutions Journalism Network, which supported 2 pandemic projects this past year. Haley Hamilton's Silver Dining Playbook looks at ways in which hospitality workers and restaurants are surviving through COVID, while Jean Traunstein examined our broken parole system. Jean's series wrapped with a Zoom event co-sponsored by the Charles Hamilton Houston Institute at Harvard that drew more than 300 attendees.
Outrage at the death of George Floyd, an African-American man while in police custody.
Social media diet of death is what they feeding us. And we gluttons for pain, and so we eat it up. Black Lives Matter.
When Black Lives Matter protests flared in May, BINJ was already invested in several initiatives related to the issues that people were sounding off on in the streets. We covered the demonstrations on the ground as they unfolded and held a virtual event about frontline reporting, and have also seen the conversations underway reflected in the features we produce on any number of subtopics.
Pay taxes more than the rich. Essential workers put their lives at risk in times like this, and it's the kind of thanks they get. And a tweet from Commander-in-Chief, I just muted out. King said America was a burning house. Now the streets on fire, we gonna burn it down.
It has been a taxing year, and we are extremely grateful to have so many outstanding collaborators, some of which partnered with BINJ for the first time in 2020. As a bonus, the first feature that we ever published in Chinese won 3rd place from the Association of Alternative News Media for Best LGBT Coverage. We also helped write a bill that is pending in the Massachusetts legislature that could help boost local news by establishing a state journalism commission. And whether it passes or not, BINJ is forging ahead. We are building infrastructure, like with our Somerville News Garden project, in which we are working with a wide variety of stakeholders to repair the news apparatus in that city, in part by training community journalists with our neighborhood media school classes and syndicating their articles through our new Somerville Wire service. In the process, we are creating a model that can be followed in cities and towns nationwide. Please help us see our mission through.